Welcome back, my YouTube friends. It's Margaret again, and I thought I'd just bring you into the grow room and I've done all the mounts that I'm going to do, and I've done the Vandaceous types there, and I've done these Cattleya types on the top. I've done the two mounts and you'll see here some are waiting to go back in their places. So I thought this is a good opportunity just to show you those that I don't normally show you. And these are the ones that sit on our south facing bedroom windowsill. And so these get, if you like, winter sun because it's south facing. Also they get chilled down to the bone because likewise we have our bedroom window. It's very, very, very rarely would we shut our bedroom window. I mean, we grew up, you know, when there was no central heating, and you know, ice formed on the inside of your windows. So we like to be warm, but we like to feel the fresh air. So these sit on the south facing windowsill, and this one is Dendrobium thiciflorum. And to all intents and purposes, excuse me, you'd think, well, it's dormant. Well, it's it's almost thinking about coming out of winter. And the reason I know that is because we've got an area here which is swelling. And we've got another area there which is swelling, and because these areas are where the clusters of the beautiful fragrant blooms come from. And if we travelled all the way down, that one looks as though it's starting to actually die back, this big one here. But I've kept it. And I mean, it's like this one. You see, that eye there never developed. So, and that eye never developed. But there's always a possibility that it could. I don't think we've got any eyes on this big one here. I'm not sure what that is. But this one's is, if you like, sustaining this one while it grows, and it only puts up one cane a year, and so these canes are precious. Anyway, that's the Dendrobium thiciflorum. Usually flowers in the spring. It'll stay on that windowsill until I see the buds developing from one of these areas. This little one we're looking at now was exchanged with Keith of Rock Dock, and it's a little berryoda, and it did actually flower. I'm not sure it's flowered from that space, that little axel, I'm not sure. Anyway, this one, if you notice, to show, is in active growth. Don't know whether it'll show you that. Green root, green growing tip, and this is just in organic media. You'll see there's some moisture there, and because of the severe cold, these won't get watered. Now normally they would do. A little green growing tip. Normally they would do, but because they're going to go back on the open windowsill, I can't afford to have these roots wet at all. Right, so the one we're looking at now is Kathy's Spring Dream Pollen. and come on, you'll see we've got green growing roots all the way along, and we've got a cakey forming there, and where else have I seen a nubbin? I've got a little nubbin there, I don't know whether that's probably best showing you this way, whether that's a nubbin there or whether it's going to be a cakey. Not focusing very well. I'm showing you that one there. So, and this one, I call this one Ground Zero, because this is one that had the mealybugs, and it really took a battering, this one did. I mean, you can see where it's flowered. It really did take a battering, but I left all the canes intact, and I put it in this clay pot, and even though we've got a bit of wrinkling on some of these new growths, see, got another bit of a wrinkle there, but at the end of the day, these new growths will get watered and fed as soon as our temperatures rise a little bit, and I mean, some of these old canes eventually will be discarded, but at the moment I need every help I can with this Dendrobium, whether it be the cakeys that it'll form or these newly emerging growths, and you can see that one there. So this is a new growth here, and that's a new growth forming there. So all is not lost. So the one we're looking at now is the Dendrobium Hildapoxin, and that's the one that had that little tiny sheath developing. I don't think it's going to do much this year, and I've repotted it into this terracotta pot, possibly over potted. I mean, it has tried, look. Possibly over potted, but you know what Dendrobiums are like. If you get them settled, don't disturb them. So, with a bit of luck, we might be okay with this one. Now this is another that came from Kathy, and it's a King Ganum type, and I'm quite pleased with this one, because I have struggled with the King Ganums, but we've got nice healthy leaves, and likewise you've just seen another sheath in this one, and we've got this new growth here. Can you see that new growth there? And it's purple because it's in that south facing window, and this is desperately needing some water, but until the night temperatures, I mean, we're expecting, I'm not sure whether it's tonight, Wednesday into Thursday. Oh yes, tonight could be -8. I know some areas are going to be -15. So this will just have to hang on in there, but it will get watered, and then some of these shriveled canes will soon perk up. So this is my King Ganum from Curling Orchidine, And this is King's Red Splash. And, oh, this is still living. I have no idea. But I think what I've possibly done wrong in the past, I've not given them that winter chill rest. And so consequently, they've not done as well. So we've got 1 new growth, 2 new growths, 3 new growths, 4 new growths. And we've got a little tiny leaf down there. I think that's coming off this little I think that might be a keiki, you know, because it's got its 2 little roots up there. Look. I won't pull it because I want it to anchor down. And so it's never flowered. It's tried, I think, but I've never got the conditions right. So that's another one, you see. So I'm forever learning, and if you don't give certain dendrobiums the conditions they like, well then you're on a hiding to nowhere, because they won't do anything for you. This little one we're looking at now is Dendrobium gold Smitty. I have this trouble with this one. I've got the mother plant in the windowsill because it wants to throw off its leaves, and that's one of those little keikis that I potted up, and that looks to be aborting. I've still got the one with the little tiny leaf down there. These are 2 other little keikis I potted up, but let's just look at the root system. And then, if you remember, let me just put it down a second. A couple of the, I think there was 3 of the keikis had aerial roots. So the aerial roots are the ones that I think are green now. Let me see. And the other roots, like that one there, I think that's one of the main roots. But they're in this open container, and they sit in another one like that, and hoping that they'll grow on. It's always good if you've got spare ones, because you never know, sometimes you just get a collapse, and then now we won't be able to get sometimes, you know, some of these nice unusual ones. Right, so this one I'm looking at now, and you see the new root there. There it is. And this one, look at the root. So it's got a good root system. Look at that. And it looks as though, there, we've got a new growth there, just where that brown sheath is. And we've got roots growing there from that cane. And so Ed of Ed's Orchids, quite a few years ago, sent me some pieces of his Ganum Allen, and look, you see, that's why I say I don't know why they don't die on me, because I have had them that long, and then all of a sudden, during this last lockdown, since the coronavirus, I've been able to give more attention to the orchids, and I'm now reaping the results. Now this one here is Dendrobium plicatile, and it's bracket cinnamon flickingiera fimbriata. Look at that. And this is very unusual, because this has upside down flowers, and I've got this in inorganic media, and I don't think you're going to see it, but there, here, there, don't think you'll be able to see it because it blends in so well. There's a new growth, so, and that's in inorganic media, and that's a species. See, this one here I'm going to show you now. No idea what this is, absolutely no idea at all what it is, and it's in this tiniest little pot. Look at that, and look down there where they'll see it with the light. Going to show you there. No, let me show you right down in that area there, a new growth, one piece of a cane, no idea what it is, just potted up, keeping my fingers crossed. Same with this one. Look at this, hanging on. It produced a keiki, and from that keiki it's now producing a new little growth, just in some water. Likewise with this one, it's produced a keiki there, and look, whether I'll show you, can you see? Green growing tip. And this has got roots. I mean, I've watered this one. There, look at that. Simple reason is because it's in active growth. And last but not least, I've just put this in some water, and I'm not sure. It's sending new little keikis out. Whether this will survive, I've no idea, but if you look down here, we've got that new little growth there, and we've got something there. So again, you see, I've just put some water in here and just hydrating those roots just a little bit. This won't stay in this water because it'll be too cold tonight, but these that I've just shown you on this table now, all these here, these will stay in the grow room. These are not strong enough to be put on the bedroom windowsill. So I think that's it now for my orchids today, and I just thought I'd show you these because I don't show you them very often. They will eventually come back into the grow room, but not at this moment in time. So if you ever have little pieces and you've got the patience, don't throw them away. Just put them up into something, and you may well get a surprise after a few months. Like I say, you've got to be patient, but then after a few months, you never know what might decide to grow. I mean, you won't have them all growing, but at least, you know, you might have a 50-50 chance. So thank you for joining me again, and at some point, not sure when, I'll come back. Bye bye now.